How we doing today, my friend?
I'm
Long
doing
time no
good.
speak.
I know. How you doing over there?
We're doing good. We're doing good. Uh, I see that you changed this 2004. You became from artist, producer, and now a content creator.
Oh yeah.
How?
Still producing, but I felt like in the content space I should, round myself out a little bit and let the world know kind of what I do instead of, trying
Yeah,
to, just be regional or stay in one area. I kind of wanted to spread my wings a little bit. So yeah.
nice. Why they change?
Um, if you don't get with the times, you get left behind. And so there's a whole big world out there that don't know who I am or what it is that I do. So I figured that the best way to get in front of the world is to get in front of the camera. And so social media and YouTube has been my outlet for now.
Nice. Although, although summer past mistake. What's that?
So I did a mixtape. It's kind of a bass down south uh, dance driving your car mixtape, and it's a beat collection of beats that I did for my friend Odom, and he's out of Houston, and that's kind of
Nice.
big on the scene where you have mixtapes that are just beats, and so yeah, you can pop it in your ride, and since it's summertime, it's something you can get in the car and ride too. So yeah,
Nice.
that's one of my newest projects, and also have an album out called um, the Zay and Wugger Files Part Two, which is an R&B album, and I also dropped before that the Zay and Wugger Files Part One, which was a rap album, and it's entirely produced by my partner from Ireland, Beats by Wugger.
Nice. Nice. I see that your content is about monetizing production and stuff like that. In your point of view, how can we monetize our production and beat making?
Well, a lot of producers, in my opinion, and this is just my opinion, a lot of producers are working one way like I used to. It's just all about making the music for the artist and really not really doing anything outside of making the music for the artist. And so with running a business, I felt like you have to also not only take care of the artist but take care of your business and take care of yourself. So another thing with being a producer is that you got to get out there in front of social media. So it's very important in my eyes that while you're using social media to get out in front of the world, that you also should monetize your social media so that not only does your social media work for you, it also gets you paid too because it's a business at the end of the day.
Of course.
So yeah, so I've been on this 2 year since the last time we talked 2 years ago. I've been on this
Yeah.
2 year journey of posting content, working on monetizing my YouTube, and I'm seeing the light of day. It's night and day from when I first started my YouTube having 25, 35 followers tops to now making 68 to 70, almost 80 subscribers a month.
Nice. Nice. I see that May it was your biggest month on YouTube. What was the difference? What did you do differently that May was so big?
Well, in April, I was contacted by this gentleman out of New York. His name is Khalif. He goes by at Khalif Wins NYC, and he told me he had been checking out my content and checking out my page, and he liked what I was doing, but he had some ideas and some tips on how I could grow my channel better, and we sat down, had a conversation, and then from there we had a podcast, and from there we had a live video stream, and then from there we're texting back and forth, and you know, just working, collaborating, and he's giving me all these ideas and saying, hey, you should, in the social media space, you should be doing this A, B, and C. And if you do these things, you should see some growth in your social media. And at the
Nice.
time, I thought I was doing enough, but he opened my eyes to some other avenues of things that you should be doing in social media. And that's some of the things that we've been talking about in a lot of our videos of monetizing your social media. And we talked about the steps that we took to grow our social media. So, one thing we did in May was that I took the notes that he gave me in April and I applied them in May. And yeah,
Are you
like
doing the same thing this month?
yes, and I'm going to do the same thing this month. However, the only difference is the difference that I'm going to do in this month is that I'm going to double and triple the video content that I did in May. And
Nice.
so what
See,
that will do is triple the numbers of what I did in May.
perfect. How did you saw that content creation was the way? What did you see that changed your mind to do that?
Well, as a producer, I find it very important that you do research and you see what the field is doing and you check out other people that do the same thing you're doing just to make sure that you're on par and course with what everybody else is doing. And I found myself always going to YouTube to find out how to do things, how to make this beat do this, how to make this machine act like this, how to do stuff to figure out how to make it work whenever I would get stuck. And so I thought, well, if these guys are teaching people on YouTube and other social media platforms of how to do things, there are some things that I also can teach based off of my years of service of
Yeah.
doing music that I could also do the same thing. And so that kind of sparked my interest in content creation and making videos for social media.
Nice. I think that you also review product. I want to know what's the best product that you have reviewed so far.
Well, also in the content creation space, I started reviewing equipment that I use because I wanted people to know exactly why I use the equipment. Not that, because I was getting comments like, oh, you collect gear, and I don't know how they got that assumption that I collect gear from my page because on my page you can see me making music from all of the gear that I have. But because
Yeah.
I have so much and you see it from a outside view perspective, someone would think that, oh, you just collect the gear. Nah, I gets busy with the equipment. I make music with it. So um, I want to get out in front of the forefront and say, just say in the social media videos that I don't just collect gear and look at it and let it collect dust. I make music with every single piece of gear in my studio. It's just a matter of figuring out the time, the time of when I'm gonna do what and how I'm gonna do it. So that kind
Nice.
of sparked the fire in me to make videos as far as that goes.
Nice. I also want to know, as a music producer
hmm
and now as a content creator, which one is harder for you?
Um, neither is hard. Um, Coming up with a plan of attack is pretty much the biggest thing that I think is important with music creation and also content creation. You just can't just wake up one day and just go. Actually, you could just wake up one day and go, but to make it make sense and to make it, valuable to you where you can watch your metrics and see your metrics. It's always good to have a plan of attack of where you're going to go with it. And that way, when you have a plan of attack and you have it written down and you have it analyzed and you have it, in a computer somewhere, you can actually go back to your notes later on down the road, and you can see what it is that made your community grow, what it is that you failed at, what it is that you didn't do well that month or the month prior to, or what it is that you did well with, so that you can take that analytics and then you can also apply it to the next following time that you get online to make videos, and then you can see what did well, what people liked, and you can kind of like stay in a in a consistent basis of this is what people like coming from my channel. And to go back
Nice.
to your previous question um, about taking gear and making videos about um,
Reviews and stuff like
reviews
that.
and stuff. My channel, I just recently started doing reviews on things that I like, such as I did the Kanye Yeezy Pods, and that was kind of like a first time thing around that I did on that. But typically, my page is about music, about production and equipment.
Nice. Anything? Any last word would you like to say about your anything's coming up?
Oh man, as I said earlier, like May was my best month. So in the future, I'm planning to again, like I said earlier, to double down, triple down on what I've already done. I have another album coming out. It's gonna be the best of, called the Best of Zay. As of right now, that's my plan. It may change, but I already have some songs already together to put that in rotation, and it's gonna be a collaborative production between myself. I have another producer um, out of South America. His name is Eddie Sugahara. He goes by Eddie S and Eddie Sugahara,
Nice.
and beats by Wugga, who is out of Ireland. So between the three of us, I have some production from the three of us. I'm gonna put out a new album. I'm still working with El Jefe. I am a just a solo um, contract worker with El Jefe as far as production and whatever they need me to do. Those are my brothers, so whatever they need me in a capacity, I do that. I still do that, and then I'm coming out with a newsletter as well as
Mm,
a beat tape collection where I'll group a couple of beat tapes together and I'll sell those beat tapes as a collective, and that way the consumer gets a bigger bang for their buck. Instead of buying each album individually, you'll get a discount. You'll get kind of a group all in
yeah.
one thing. So those
So
are three of the things. I won't tell everything that I'm doing, but I have a whole laundry list of things that I'm planning to do for the rest of the year to meet the
nice.
goals of the annual
One more,
plans.
one last question. The newsletter. Why newsletter? Because I also got a newsletter. Well, I want to know from your point of view why a newsletter.
Well, in my production side of the house and content creation side of the house, like I said previously, it is one of those things where you collect analytics, and so in my website and my collection of information, I'm collecting emails of my repeat customers who are interested in the things that I do. And so to keep people abreast of what it is that I have going on for the future and how they can be involved and how I can involve other people, I thought it'd be important to send out a newsletter so that people are they don't have to always just come to my content to figure out what it is that I'm going to do for the month or what it is I'm going to do for the following month. I figured that if I send out a newsletter, the people will be informed ahead of time, and so they
Yeah,
can they can also plan their time around what I have going on. So I thought it'd be important that a newsletter add to. You can never have too much information out there to provide to the consumer. So
Yeah,
I thought a newsletter would be pretty cool.
awesome. Well, my friend, thank you for dedicating uh, some of your time for me to talk because we been 2 years from the last time we talked.
Right. Well, thank you. I appreciate your platform, Hector, and I see you out there doing your thing as well. And I want to say congratulations on all the wickets and stuff that you're hitting, and your numbers. See your numbers are climbing as well, and just stay motivated and keep doing the thing that you're doing, and you're gonna prosper and do well as well. So
Thank you, my friend. You
yes, sir.
already know, Steve.
Yes, sir.
I hope it doesn't take 2 years to talk again.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, let's get in front of the camera and kind of do this as much as possible as we can and cross pollinate, and that way my people are seeing what you're doing, your people are seeing what I'm doing, and we both grow and make this big.
Amen, amen. See you soon, my friend.
Yes, sir. Thank you.